We're live on Instagram, and we are live on the Book Face and the YouTube and the Twitch. Hello, everybody out there. This is Chris Q. Murphy, my usual Tuesday night live stream, except we're going to do something just a little bit different this week. As most of you know, every week I have a guest on, and we play songs for each other, and we talk about songwriting. But this week I've decided to do something just a little different. I'm taking a small break from having guests on. We'll have guests on again next week, and it'll be absolutely fantastic. We'll have guests from here on out throughout the spring and into the early summer. Tonight, we're going to do something slightly different. During the month of February, I participated in what's called February Album Writing Month. It is an online challenge that songwriters can choose to take upon themselves, where you're supposed to write an entire album's worth of material in the month of February. They call an album 14 songs. I think that's a little long in the tooth. Kanye West says albums are 7 songs at this point. I don't know. It could go either way. My goal as somebody that has 2 kids at home and a full-time job was to write 7 songs that I was at least a little proud of in the month of February. I wound up doing 6, and I was pretty pleased about that. I was doubly pleased because all of them seemed to revolve around a common theme, and I was able to record at least interesting arrangements of all of them. So what I'd like to do tonight is put on kind of a short show, but perform the entire cycle about my time living and going to school in Princeton, New Jersey. It is tentatively titled From Tiger to Tiger, and some of it's performed with some backing tracks, which I hope you can hear tonight. We'll probably try this again at some point if you can't. Some of them have me playing the guitar, and I'm going to get myself settled here. It's good to see you guys, those of you that haven't watched in a while. Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, how y'all doing? This first song is called Tomorrow is Another Day. If you have any questions, toss them in the chat afterwards, and I'll be happy to do them for you. Here we go. Terry, it's been a minute that never seemed to bother you. How's the band? You still in it, or are you on to some darker groove? You always come up searching for the next big thing, so obsessed with how the universe grows that you never even bother looking down in your own goddamn lap or past the end of your nose. Corey, you even with it? I'm fixing on having you blowing the speed limit, driving deluxe down the avenue, fingers fixed in length from C flat up to G, perpetual motion in 12ths. Up from the roots, I am poured down to earth, still losing in spite of ourselves. 'Cause flying can only get you so far. Gravity's hiding in the most distant stars. But you're just sitting there on the couch. You're still sitting there on the couch. Tomorrow is another day. Is it now? Davey, how you been living? Heard this business don't sit well with you. Caught up in school rhythms, make believing you're so well to do. You can hide behind the doctors and the lofty address, but that monkey is always behind you. You can blow off double barrel and he still ain't impressed. My oldest friend, need I remind you that flying can only get you so far. Gravity's hiding in the most distant stars. You're just sitting there on the couch. You're still sitting there on the couch. Tomorrow is another day. All right. Da-da. Do, 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 do. One more time. 'Cause flying can only get you so far. Gravity's hiding in the most distant stars. And you're just sitting there on the couch. You're still sitting there on the couch. Tomorrow is another day. Yes, flying can only get you so far. Gravity's hiding in the most distant stars. You're just sitting there on the couch. You're still sitting there on the couch. Tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is another day. All right. This next one is called First Day of Spring. Let's see how this one goes. If anything's too loud or too quiet, give me a shout. I can turn the tracks down or start singing louder. Haven't done this tracks thing in a minute. Here's First Day of Spring. It goes like this. A breakfast nook and vinyl, a flimsy plywood bench, L-shaped but left unpainted by the former tenants. It looks out the window, or absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And there's a half-drunk bottle of half-cheap blended scotch. Brothers making up war stories, citing stats and counting shots, until they remember absolutely nothing. Nothing. There it is. Nothing. But we swear those days were glorious, sparkling hours of diamond kings, endless songs and laughs uproarious, and every day is the first day of spring. First day of spring. Over by the newspaper kiosk, behind the laundromat cafe, an oblivious ice cream magician sprinkles joy on salad days, goes through the motions but feels absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. But we swear those days were glorious, sparkling hours with diamond kings, and the songs and laughs uproarious, and every day was the first day of spring. Break the alternation between the shadow and light. There's very little space left to run. Yet you'll never feel stuck or half out of your mind, and you'll always be chasing the sun. There's a tender moment after twilight, before dreams. Only then can memory beckon and make splinters out of seams, somehow both real and absolutely nothing. Nothing, but we swear those days were glorious, sparkling out with diamond kings, and the songs and laughs uproarious, and every day was the first day of spring. Thanks, y'all, for hanging out. Let's keep this train going. If you're just tuning in, you are hearing a new cycle of songs that I wrote during the month of February called From Tiger to Tiger. It's a collection of songs that all go together, so I thought I'd force myself to go ahead and perform them all right in a row. If you're just getting here, you missed the first third of the show, you can always catch it on the replay. This next one is called Up on Screen, and it started as an improvisation, which I know a lot of songwriters use improvisation as a jumping off point for songwriting. It's not something that I do very often, despite the fact that I consider myself a really solid improviser, and it's kind of where I feel most comfortable. I'm also a very craft-oriented writer, so I tend to veer towards structuring things. But this time I decided I would improvise something and see what happens after. So this is a song called Up on Screen, and it sounds something like this.
Psychedelic traits researched by MC astral projects and band. Participant travel to stars, astral travel, the album Princeton Cycle, astral travel, astral projection, astral travel, the travel astral
If we looked up at the sky, what would we see? The stars all in a line, like that book you gave me. We spring from our bodies, try to touch hands before the morning moon recedes and our dreams turn to sand. Up on the street, up on the street. These aren't the kinds of things the kids are supposed to see. But that's alright, 'cause I feel safe when you're beside me. Halls pass like shadows, calls in the night. Wind blows what sense I have of what's wrong. What's that light? Up on the street, up on the street. I know she's your secret sister, but how could I not kiss her when she looked right through my soul? We both knew it was wrong, but we came together, wrote your song. So whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Did you ever wind up? Did you ever wind up? Did you ever wind up on the street? Up on the street. Up on the street. Up on the street, up on the street, up on the street, up on the street. Thank you, Internet. Thank you so much. That one was called up on screen. It's the third song in a 6-song cycle called From Tiger to Tiger that I wrote for February album writing month last winter. If you tuned in for a special guest, don't worry. There'll be special guests back next week. This week I'm trying something a little different, like taking this hat off and seeing just how high my hair goes. It's pretty fun, right? That wasn't the plan, but I have a general rule about songwriters never saying this song is about before they play a song. Because if a songwriter has to say this song is about, it means it either means A, their song isn't good enough to let you know what it's about, or B, they don't trust you enough to figure it out on your own. But for once and only once, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the fact the song is about the first time I ever got drunk. I did not start drinking until I turned 21 years old. And on my 21st birthday, my friends took me out to show me the ropes. And so I am in, yes, Rusty, I'm in an empty cafe. This is where I do my live stream from every Tuesday night. I'll talk more about it after this song. But yeah, I do a live stream from this empty cafe every Tuesday night. I have a deal with the local cafe owner. He lets me use this spot. And the neighbors upstairs don't seem to mind any more than, or they mind less than my wife and kids do. So here's a song called This Is the Life. And this is the song that's like the least like me. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you're writing in character. In this song, I was definitely writing in character. Here's a song called This Is the Life. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! In a basement bar, down a secret sloped-side street, under a threadbare orange awning, man, I hope you had something to eat. 'Cause things are just getting started, teetotal in times of dirt. I grew up in Daddy's shadow, now it's time for 20 fun. Did you say this tea was from Long Island? Are you sure that Russian guy was white? Is it ever really dry in London? Do you think they'll let us stay all night? This is the life, this is the life, this is the life. There's so many crazy flavors, shouted secrets dimmed by smoke. I didn't know I was so good looking, or that I knew so many jokes. And all of these new strangers just became my oldest friends. How can I know so many lyrics when I can't even count to 10? Now Albert, is my indiscretion showing? Doing is wrong, I don't want to be right. How could I spend all my life not knowing that I could live my whole life in one night? This is the life, this is the life, this is the life. This is the life, this is the life, this is the life. Here comes the imaginary guitar solo. Listen to that guy go. It's me. It's just the other me. Then we all sit You swear to me it's morning, but all I do is swear. There's ketchup on my sweater and ashes in my hair. And it's only 3 blocks to my doorstep, but I'm half a mile from sane. Man, I hope you got that last round, 'cause I sold that guy my brain. Now can you offer me some southern comfort? Is that the sun, a street light, or the northern lights? Fuck those lyrics. Yeah. Do you think that we could do this every night? This is the life, this is the life, this is the life. This is the life, this is the life, this is the life. This is the life, this is the life, this is the life. This is the life, this is the life, this is the life. Woo! That song is available to license to beer commercials, by the way, but only cheap domestic beer. If anybody comes at me telling me that they want to do a commercial with that song for some high-end craft shit, I don't want to hear about it. I will only license that song to people that want to do cheap domestic beer commercials. For those of you that are just tuning in, and I'm sorry that I keep saying this over for those that have been around for the whole time tonight, we're doing something different tonight. There is no special guest. It's just me and my songs, and they're all new songs. You've already heard 4 of them if you've been here since 9 o'clock. This is a new collection of songs that I wrote for February album writing month called From Tiger to Tiger, all about my time in Princeton, New Jersey, which was a formative and exciting time in my life. I got 2 more songs to do tonight. I've played them for the last couple weeks. People have been actually emailing me and telling me they like these songs. So I'm excited to do slightly more fleshed out versions of them. Thank you so much for hanging out so far. I don't know, at some point this might become recorded like an EP or something. I'm already working on another single that's coming out in May. So I don't exactly have the funds to put together another EP, but if anybody wants to record some free vocal sessions for me to record the lead vocals on these tracks, let me know. This is a song called The Holly and the Briar, and goes like this. Early September, eastern forests are crawling away. Uniformed young men climb aboard, 8 white swans in a row, rubbing sleep from their eyes. Their dream dust dapples the quiet lake. Overhung, they were rowdy date rapists just a few hours ago. In their supper clubs, with their father's gloves, a self-righteous abdominal fire. Oh, the history of the holly and the briar. Shit. Second line, damn it. Prowling and plastered, with hubris mistaken for marriage. Most fertile in autumn, left tired and barren come summer. A knowledge of time no meek steward could hope to inherit from their baby blues and their boating shoes. This cataloged dream we aspire, oh, the pageantry of the holly and the briar. Now 3 worlds away, oaken shadows give way to pine flooring. 10 to 1 odds overcome by the bickering butterflies. While the infinite trust called trust its momentum unmooring. Under plastic sheets canopy, sins overlooked by winter skies. Loose lips sink ships, he holds her wrists. Princes expect what they desire. Oh, that privilege of the holly and the briar. That's the holly and the briar. Which brings us to our last song of the evening. If you've enjoyed these new songs, just let me know and maybe I can get you some recordings of them. A couple of them over at my SoundCloud. If you do that sort of thing. I know that I'm a little old to have a SoundCloud, but apparently that's where them whippersnappers listen to music these days. That's where I put all my stuff for February album writing month. I think there are 3 of these songs up there. This one is not. I've been performing this song for the last couple of weeks. And quite frankly, I keep talking about editing a third of the lyrics out of the song. But I have not decided which third to edit yet. And I keep fighting myself about which third of the song to edit out. This is a song called Believers. If you know the chorus by the last time I sing it, I hope you'll sing it with me. I hope this track is nice and loud because I want to be able to hear it because I couldn't really hear the last one. Hope you guys can hear these tracks at home. I get excited when I do these karaoke shows. This is a song called Believers. I know this square mile like the back of my hand. Everything that happens here is holy and or grand. And the shouts and the doubts of the haters, they don't mean a thing to me. There's a preacher to the west and a doctor down south, and a man who makes electricity just by moving his mouth. They say my life has meaning, so they mean everything to me. Still, I don't know you, you don't know me. Yet somehow we're sure of who we're gonna be. Believers, we're gonna be believers. Believers, we're gonna be believers. Believers, we're gonna be believers. We're gonna be believers. Came down as a reckless child, grew up a dreaming sage, conducted decisions effectively, ruled it like a page, found my voice in heresy, in hopes that you would sing for me. If you give me a boom bap beat, you know I'm gonna rock it. 'Cause I've got an orchestra right here in my pocket. These words, these melodies, they mean everything to me. Still I don't know you, you don't know me. Yet somehow we're still sure of who we're gonna be. Believers, we're gonna be believers. Believers, we're gonna be believers. Believers, we're gonna be believers. We're gonna be believers. Believers, we're gonna be believers. Believers, we're gonna be believers. Believers, we're gonna be believers. We're gonna be believers. For better or worse, don't lay down your guard. You clutch the faith like a victory, yet they control the cards. For better or worse, don't you hold your ground. Don't leave this forever folding town. When did you tire of the mystery? When did you grow old? Learn to voice your suspicions about the stories he told. Boil it down to the spirit. That ghost took everything from me. Take the bus to the city or just jump off castle roofs. Meditate on the battlefield until you found the truth. But I'll say in abject certainty, don't even say a thing for me. So I don't know you and you know me, but somehow I'm sure that I'm still gonna be believer. I'm gonna be a believer. Believer, I am a believer. Believer, I am a believer. I am a believer. I am a believer. For better or worse, I'm a believer. I'm a believer. For better or worse, a believer. I'm a believer. I am a believer. For better or worse. For better or worse. I am a believer. Yay! That's it. That's the 6 songs from the Princeton Cycle, from Tiger to Tiger. I've got basic tracks for most of them. Some of them have background vocals ready to go. I'm not really a good vocal engineer at all, so I'm not great at recording my vocals. It's one of my weak games as a home recording artist, but I was excited to work on these recordings. I was excited to work on these songs, and I'm strangely proud of some of them. Some of them I wish I could just sell to other people because they don't feel like me songs. I think they're solid songs. They're just not me songs. But, if anybody wants to hear them again or play them themselves, let me know. They're always available for hire. Like I said, that This Is the Life song. Yo, if y'all know somebody in the beer industry, tell them you have the next fucking cheap domestic beer theme song. If anybody has any small requests, and by small I mean kind of quiet, I'd be happy to do them for you before I go. I wanted to give the people upstairs a little bit of a break. I did a show here on Saturday night as well with my old friend Alex Mallet. Nam, who's on YouTube, thank you, Nam, for telling me you're going to figure out what to edit out of Believers. I know that Nam agrees that it's too long. And I think I know what to edit out too, but you wind up, if I can get songwriting nerdy for a minute, when you're editing a song, a lot of times you're picking and choosing between the narrative bits and the kind of sensory or sensuous or impressionistic bits. And I know that my friend Nam here, who's done a bunch of editing and writing with me before, and is a fantastic writer and recording artist in his own regard, I know that Nam generally favors for the impressionistic or sensory side of things. And I tend to lean into the narrative a little more. Oh, somebody made a request. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think I can do that. Let me call up the lyrics just in case. Yeah, I can do that request. Like I was saying, so right now I'm trying to decide how much of the narrative is essential. How much of the narrative is essential, and how much of the impressionistic stuff works. All right, so I had a request for a Vashti Bunyan song. And it really couldn't have come at a more perfect time in terms of universal connection because Nam, who I was just talking about, is the person that introduced me to Vashti Bunyan. I would not know who she is or what her music was all about were it not for Nam. And I really only know how to play one Vashti Bunyan song. And my requester was forced to sing it when they were in middle school. Because when I get excited about things, I subject my students to them. You know what? If you asked me 4 days ago if I should play this song anymore this year, I would have said you're crazy. But as I was leaving the house tonight to come over to the shop and do this show, it was fucking snowing outside. Fuck you, snow. Fuck you, snow. Bring me the spring. But I'm going to go ahead and do this song by Vashti Bunyan called Winter is Blue. Winter is blue, living is gone. Summer just sleeping, in spring they'll go on. Our love is dead, nothing but crying. One love cannot find even one more new morning. Why must I stay here? Rain comes, I'm sitting here, watching love moving away into yesterday. Winter is blue, everything's leaving. Fires are now burning and life has no reason. I am alone, waiting on nothing. If my heart freezes, I won't feel the breaking. Why must I stay here? Rain comes, I'm sitting here, watching love moving away into yesterday. Winter is blue, everything's leaving, fires are now burning, and life has no reason. I am alone, waiting on nothing. If my heart freezes, I won't feel the breaking. If my heart freezes, I won't feel the breaking. There's some Vashti Bunyan for you. Winter is blue. Yeah. So, like I was saying, thank you so much for coming to the show tonight and hearing my new Princeton songs. I'll be dropping them in here and there with the older material as the weeks go on. I'm really liking some of them. If you have any notes about them, if you want to go back and watch the show and talk to me like an editor, please do. I'm always welcome, or I should say open to feedback. If any of you are, this is the promotional part of the show. If any of you are hanging out around Park Slope on Saturday and the weather is right, my band and I will be performing an outdoor, socially distanced, mask type gig, but it is outdoor at a place called Lizzie King's Parlor on 5th Avenue and Prospect Place up near the Barclays Center. We do like R&B, blues, country, folk, early jazz tunes, guitar, bass, and drums trio. It's really a good time. Come and have a drink. Come and dance a little bit. Do whatever it is you want to do on a Saturday afternoon. If the weather ain't right for it, we'll have to reschedule for another date in the spring. But for my people that love live music in New York, as the weather gets better, live music is starting to happen outdoors. So go out and find it. I'm going to head out for tonight. It's been really great to share this evening with you. If you're randomly here and you don't generally follow what I do, make sure you head over to Facebook/Chris Q Murphy and subscribe, or YouTube/CQ Murphy, or Twitch.Chris Q Murphy, because I do a live show there every Tuesday night. Next week, I believe we have Magnolia Sky on the show. Magnolia Sky is a fantastic project headed up by a really great songwriter friend named Manu, and he'll be here to talk to us about songwriting and playing some of his songs next week. I hope you guys all have a great week. Take care of yourselves and the people around you. Nothing but love, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace.